Hi everyone. So I saw this sign on a tree yesterday at a place I was doing service at, and it was really neat. It said, "The mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. You can plant flowers, or you can plant weeds." And it really was convicting to me. To be completely transparent, I don't do great at planting flowers. I'm using quotations here, but flowers. And so when I really look at a statement like that, it really hits me hard. And it makes me really look to myself, look at how I'm responding to things, whether I like what's going on or not, whether it's something that it's just I don't like or it's something that's truly not right, as well as something that is right and is okay. And I have to look at all of these different scenarios. And it's easy to want to grow weeds. It's very easy to want to look at these things and just think, why bother? Why bother trying? It's never going to change. But the mind is a garden, and so we can choose what we want to do with it. But the thing here, the game changer for it all is looking at it through, I'm just going to be really bold here, looking at it through a biblical lens. It doesn't mean that you support everything that's wrong and you sit and you brush it off and say it's okay, and to have a healthier perspective. It doesn't mean that. You obviously you pick and choose your battles, and you don't support what's wrong. But even when things aren't pleasant, even when you have scenarios like me, for example, or seasons even where change is uncomfortable for you, it's difficult, it's not easy for you. Even here, you can still grow flowers. But what does that look like? What does that look like? Well, it looks sort of like this. What is good? You ask yourself that question, then you answer it. It will never start out as a bunch of answers, and it usually will start out as smaller answers, but you always want to answer with at least one question. And usually when you start out small, that's where the building happens, where it builds to more. Other question is, what else is there? You look past what you have to do, your responsibilities, what you should do, and in all that there is joy. In all that there is intentionality and creativity and a better perspective, and you're not stuck in survival mode all the time and just trying to get things done. And that's where the blessing happens, and that's where the changes happen. But you're also able to just stop looking only at one side of the coin. We know this as pessimism, or not looking at good things, healthy things. A negative mindset is the more popular term, I guess you could say. But when we start to look at the rest of the picture, you know, even when it's not easy, even when we don't always get it right at first, and I know that I don't always get it right, that's when we can truly grow flowers, truly change our thinking, change our emotions. And this isn't just behavioral modification, it's spiritual transformation, as I heard someone say. I forget who it was, but that's what happens, and it changes in us. And it stops becoming just something we have to do, or a habit that we have to start building to replace a bad habit. It becomes a blooming, blossoming, fully abundant garden that is inspiring and empowering, and it pours out of us. Jesus said, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And this is true not just of that which isn't good, but what is good. So we can look at that garden, in our thoughts, but also in our emotions, and because that's part of the soul. We can look at that garden in our spirit and say, what needs to be weeded out? Yes, pun intended. But what needs to be weeded out, and what needs to be planted, what needs to grow. So, and just know this, if you are like me in any way, even just a little bit, and I'm not, because I don't have an identical twin that I know of, but if you're anything like me, this is a struggle. That's okay. I'm still learning too. So just want to encourage someone with this today, though. So let's look for how we can grow those flowers. I'm going to make it a little less flowery and just say, grow those edible plants, so to speak. Those things that our soul could eat and grow stronger and be a blessing to those around us. Not in our own strength and power, but in and through Jesus. So I know I'm going to. But I just wanted to encourage someone with this today. So if this has been a blessing to you, feel free to share or like this. Share like anything on this channel. Subscribe to the channel if you want. You are welcome here. And I'll put the web address to my blog in the description below of some stuff that I write. If you want to check it out, no pressure. Just wanted to offer some free resources. If someone wants to check it out, maybe it could meet you where you're at. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And let's see how we can grow some flowers today. Have a great day.